Military science. Kill a unit with a knight. We don't have a knight. I should have a knight. Have there been any meteor sites? No. Normally that's one of the ways I end up getting a knight, just accidentally with a meteor. Okay, so diplomatic service now means that we have access to a spy. All of my cities are building fairly useful, important things at the moment, but I probably should move one of them at the very least to making that spy in order to then get some diplo visibility with the Aztec. Maybe we'll get around to that in a bit. I'm still building trebuchets, and trebuchets I feel are quite important. That's the sort of flood I want to see. 1,000 years. Hell, I'd take a 2,000-year flood if it gave me all these yields. Oh, delicious. Yes. Power my empire with the power of flooding. Oh, my trebuchets are so close. 2 of them are in 1 turn. 2 of them are in 3 turns. They're all going to go to the Aztec border. Sorry. Defender of the Faith. It's riled me. It's done exactly the opposite. It's actually attracted me to the idea of attacking them. It's not what they intended, I'm sure. But Ursa's seen a challenge. Ursa's found such a challenge that he started talking about himself in the 3rd person, and that's always a worrying sign. Little does Ursa know, he was about to go absolutely mad as the attack succeeded and, well, not succeeded, anti-succeeded. What's the opposite of succeeding? Failed. I didn't even know what the word failure meant. Haha. Mexico City is a really good one. Oh, yes. That'll help this entertainment complex when I get zoos. And I want zoos. Zoos are really cool. And water parks and everything. Any game with Mexico City in just makes me really happy. Trebuchets are finished, and luckily for everyone here, I actually have pre-built a road so they can come straight to the front line. Isn't that wonderful? And I'm rapidly changing my mind. I actually am going to move my units round to the other direction. I think attacking Texcoco is going to be the easier option for me here. So yeah, let's just everyone move around. Everyone recalibrate. We're going to go in on this angle now. Oh, I realized didn't even notice. My battering ram or my siege tower got killed. And yeah, it must have got flattened in one of the previous unit kills that I lost. I didn't even notice. Oh, that's appalling. Speaking of appalling, Machiavellianism in to try and build a spy? No, I thought that was funny. Come on. There was a flood right underneath where all my units were. Like, the game is trying. It's trying very hard to kill my units. And I'm just like, stop it. Stop trying to kill all of my units. It's not funny. Marcus Licinius Crassus. Gee, that'd be really handy, because I actually have Defender of the Faith as well. It's not just Aztec. They've spread it to me. So I could actually push my borders around and give myself Defender of the Faith. That could be really funny. Yeah, I might do that. 1 turn. 1 turn until we upgrade our muskets. I'm actually just going to keep them back for a single turn. Actually, the trebuchets have just arrived as well. So this is very good timing. Very good timing indeed. Oh, Aztec, you had your chance. You had your chance of survival. And I have now decided that survival is, well, it's not something you get to choose. Something I get to take away. Byzantium is the last person on the map. We've just found them. That's everyone. There's the era score I needed to get a golden age. Oh, they were here. God, Byzantium and Indonesia have their own islands. I'm so jealous. Never mind, we have military science and, again, a nice opportunity to put as many things as I can in a single trade deal. What would you like to buy? Quite a lot, apparently. Yeah, that's a really fun deal. Oh, actually, could you backstab Tomyris from the other side? No? Want to zoom in? No? Curtain? No? Oh. I always love it when they're too well behaved. They're like, no, I could never do that. I would never do that. And it's like, you're Byzantium. Of course you could do that. That's literally what you're built for. It's the ultimate in backstabby. And, oh, gee, this city's now on 0 health. I do have a unit on the way to come and kill it, but it might take them a few turns to get there. Oh well, line infantry, here we are. Everyone gets an upgrade. You get an upgrade, you get an upgrade, you get an upgrade. Like, literally everyone gets an upgrade. And then we go again, buying tiles, having fun. Let's go get Aztec. As a bit of a priority, I need to get myself another great general, because all of my troops now, cavalry, line infantry, all of this is industrial era. Now, I can use Renaissance for bombards and pike and shot, and El Cid does work on bombards, so we can upgrade to bombards. That's why I'm just rushing these. My trebuchets are good, but bombards are better. But this mad lad, he only offers himself up to Renaissance era, so almost I kind of want to let Australia get this general and then go for the next one. We'll see how we go. In the meantime, just keeping my science nice and high is a really good option here. We are just keeping up just about with the Deity AI. If I keep invading Aztec, they have a decent amount of science, I believe. 7 scientist points worth. That's okay. We don't mind that. Galileo, 250 science for each adjacent mountain tile. Galileo is amazing to just punch through at some very difficult techs, which I do want to get to. Now, I've got a little bit of a choice, top or bottom of the tree. Bombards, pike and shots, all of this stuff is really good. We could keep going now to field cannons, cuirassier, and then to rangers, look for oil, potentially go for artillery, or we can go up for industrialization. Production, I had a really, really good early game for production, and then it's fallen away substantially. All right, time to move in. Yeah, my line infantry are not currently boosted by a great general, but we have information, wonderful information, and we're still buying tiles. We're paving our way, our approach. It's really sweet, actually. I like this. Well, before I get denounced to high heaven again, I just need to trade a tiny bit of gold per turn, which is a bad deal, I know, but I need to bring a siege tower in. The last one broke. Don't ask me how. It just happened. Maybe Marcus could have given me the gold next turn. I'm just impatient. You know this about me. I will do things that then economically screw me over in the long run just for that sweet, sweet instant burst of luxury and success and achievement. That's what I do. It's how I work. Okay, Rockhampton. Australia are teching up as well. This is the thing. Australia are very much keeping up with me. Can we condemn the religion that we're attacking at the moment? Which is this? Sikhism. Can we do that? Please? Please. Let us in, and we're going to go campus. City Centre will probably go through. I'm not really trying to win World Congress this time, so we don't mind. Nope, City Centre did go through. Not a problem. Send the spy down to Aztec. Increase our +3 into +6. That would be lovely. And cavalry can now start to pillage. Get this tile for a little bit more gold, and now I cannot afford to change my government. No, we won't wait on pillaging. Let's just get the faith. That means we can now start to get something useful, like maybe a Theodore would be a really cool pick. I hope that Imhotep was up next, or we could go for the scientist that gives us a little bit more happiness in my capital. I guess that's not really the most urgent thing for me. We could go monumentality into the golden age next time round as well, or Grandmaster's Chapel in 5 turns. Let's save for that. Sometimes when you have a tactic, you just got to make sure that everything is all working into that same tactic, otherwise what's the point, eh? Do you see this? There are ancient walls, but the little turrets and towers of the wall are beginning to change, which means they are building medieval walls. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a hit with the line infantry, and all that'll do is stop the walls being made, because you can only make walls when they're at full strength. If there are no walls, well, then you can do what you want. Then you can basically cheat. But when walls are already there, the options are a little bit more limited. Now, which of the trebuchets have movement still? This one does. I didn't need to attack with the line infantry. Again, that was a bit foolish. Never mind, the trebuchets are smashing through the walls now, though. Renaissance is already up in all of the cities behind, though. Yeah, we're going to need bombards. Bombards very much here. The religious emergency ends. Well, it's a shame you've all denounced me, because I would be selling them as Diplo favor, but supposedly none of you want to trade with me, eh? So I'm just going to have to keep it. Let's pick up some techs I've missed. Celestial navigation, shipbuilding, buttress, military tactics, mass production, and then all the way up through square rigging to industrialization. I think that's the way I want to go. Move you, move you, move you. Right, triple attack is ready to go. 1, 2, and 3. City is under siege. It's down on health. It's down on luck. Let's start to pillage. There's no rush here. My troops have the advantage. Get the faith. Oh, no, that's pillaging the road. Don't pillage the road. Of all the things to pillage, come on, just mean. Meant to pillage the faith, but oh well. We have almost circumnavigated the globe, but I'm just gonna hold off doing it until the next era. Just save my era score. We're already 11 over. You know we've already missed one era, so I don't want to do it again. Australia wants a lot of peace. A lot of peace. And this is the deal for Rockhampton, essentially. They're gonna lose that city, so I will take that peace deal, unbelievably. I don't need to fight Australia right now. I've effectively threatened them, and they're gonna lose the city that they're worried about anyway. So there's the gold per turn. This works perfectly for me. Aztec, no, you're not going to get a peace deal. Savia will as well. And again, I'm just taking gold up front because I don't trust the AI not to chuck in another emergency on me. Let's try that pillage again. There we go. I think I'm just going to make sure that my trebuchets get a good chunk of experience. And is there any need to wait here? I don't think there is a need to wait. Let's take the city and see how bad the loyalty situation is. -9. That's doable. Put the governor in, -1, and then if all I need to do is just cut down a little bit of rainforest to pop the population up here, yeah, that works great. Right, immediately, builders on the way. Galileo says, give me 1,000 science. Military tactics and buttress already rushed through, and then mass production, and we're heading towards industrialization. I do need to build some industrial zones. That is the little flaw that I have in my industrializing plan, but don't worry, it's just a small flaw. It's not the biggest. Oh, don't worry. I found 2 very decent spots for industrial zones. We'll get those sorted quickly, making use of this beautiful government plaza. Actually, whilst we've got peace as well, anyone want to trade with me? Yay, people do want to trade with me. Pop the settler card in briefly. I've got a couple of cities that are now ready to work on something. Pump a few settlers out. Don't mind making sure that we've utilized all of the floodplains that I've got. There's a little bit of land up to the top right I could go and settle into. The knight I have does stretch nicely far, I must say. So, bombard. Can't upgrade everyone, but we can upgrade quite a few. Oh, the crossbow. Yeah, there's no messing around with this. I want to reload as many of the engineers of the medieval era as possible, so I am going to go for a Theodore. It's a big chunk of faith. Bishang. Alright, I just wanted to see what the chances of getting Imhotep were. Not high enough, unfortunately. Not high enough. Every time I see 5 extra yields on a floodplain, I get a little bit happier. Oh, yes. Egypt just being Egypt. Give me yields. All of the yields. Victor in 1 turn is going to get Garrison Commander, which gives me 4 extra loyalty. However, is there anything I can chop out? Chop out this rainforest back to Caguana. Don't think that'll give me a population, will it? No, not quite. We'll get the loyalty. We'll sort this out before you know it and see what sort of trouble we'll get in if we start attacking this city. Renaissance walls are going to be substantially tougher, but our army's pretty tough. But do we have enough? Oh, I circumnavigated accidentally. I knew I was going to do that if I left this on auto explore. Ugh. 5 turns as well. What am I doing? Come on. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me. I'm sure it won't. I have the option now of taking over Mexico City or Singapore, but I don't have industrial zones right now. So instead, my envoys are going to put 2 into Hattusa for another 3 science per campus with a university and library, and 192 now. Yeah, let's just keep the momentum. Kumasi. I've just found Kumasi. That's a really big one. Colosseum, I didn't want to wait around on this. There's no point trying to era score your way around wonders and going, oh, if I delay the Colosseum for a few turns, maybe I can get it into the, industrial era. It doesn't work because the AI will pick up on it. They will smell what you're trying to do, like fear in the air, and they will build it just to spite you. This is the range on Colosseum though. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities at the moment are in range of that. That's pretty good. It includes my Pingala city. That's the main exciting thing that I'm looking at right now. So we don't mind that. Another preserve finished. Can we just get the grove in immediately? Oh, you better believe we can. Anyway, we found Kumasi, which is exciting. Oh, Kumasi's very protected. What I was going to try and do was set up a city-state trading scheme. We just endlessly got gold and culture. It's one of my favorite city-states in the game, but if it's that protected, I'll stick to plan A, which is scientific. Like a +2 campus suddenly is something we can work with. That's awesome. Get the +2 campus down with my policy card, my natural philosophy. That'll be 4 science. A library is 6, +7, 8, 9, 10, and then the university would go to 14, and then 16, 18, 20, 22. 22 science for a single decked out campus. Pretty good. I mean, you're just gonna have to trust the maths. It was very quick maths, but it checks out, I promise. We're all in range. We're all ready for a bombardment of this city. I'm sure it'll go fine. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. And just proving how effective all of these city-states are at the moment. This university, when finished, is gonna give me 10 science per turn. 10. Oh yes. My next mission will be to get every city using my obscene growth bonuses to 15 population. My capital, Asik, Thebes, Shadat are all pretty close, but then we can use the wonderful rationalism. There you are. 50% bonus science. I mean, that's at +5 on a university. It's a big chunk. Oh, now I've caught up on all of those techs that I've missed, by the way. I am the joint tech leader with Australia. So there you go. Who says Egypt is a cultural civilization? They're a science civilization. Look at all these science bonuses. You just play the start you're given. If you get given a wonder with these obscene campuses, you take them. Tomyros is spreading her religion to me now. Why have I got the rubbish religions? Byzantium, give me feed the world. Where are you? Come on. I'm bored. I'm bored of not feeding the world. Ursa is a simple man. He sees feed the world. He gets excited. Don't see what's so difficult about that. I moved these 2 land infantry around and then the cavalry around. There we go. City siege complete already. I am a siege master. It's just what I do. What can I say? Well, wonders am I going to pick up from this, by the way? Pyramids is wonderful and very Egyptian. We will be getting Minakshi Temple, which isn't too exciting. Great Library is good for having lots of Australias in the game because we'll get a couple of 3 Eurekas. Machu Picchu is really interesting. Casa? Oh my goodness, yeah, we just want to absolutely flatten Aztec here. I don't think hanging around is going to work for us at all. Oh, Renaissance era Great General now. Australia's just gunning through great people. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. That's fine. Wow, even the libraries are worth 5 science. That's so much. +4 campus. Just campuses everywhere. Super scientific Egypt. So just planning ahead then. If I was to put a industrial zone down on this tile, for instance, Machu Picchu will eventually give it +1. So if I aqueduct there, that will help. And it also stays away from areas that I'm likely to preserve. Chop out the harbor. I need to stop getting it. What is wrong with me in hero score? When you go for really, really high military games, often era score isn't a problem overall, but I should worry about this a little more than I am. Listening post, here we go, +3 combat strength. Hopefully that'll help my bombards to shoot a little bit harder. Coursers, trebuchets, none of this will stop me. I've got a 15 population city. What you gonna do about it? Rationalism will go in a bit. A +6 is good. It's not enough for me to get excited about right now, but we're almost there. We're almost there, and our bombards are getting the first few promotions. Crew weapons means that cities just stop being able to hit them. It's a quality of life upgrade. It's the one you always want to go for first. It's so good. Well, if we are going to flip our government around, I think we should make sure that we are raiding. Often I like to put this instead of conscription, but at the moment I had veterancy to make my 1 harbour. We don't need that anymore. Settlers is useful. I'm going to put liberalism in though, because you can see how close my cities are to all being happy. Bam. Yeah, that's much closer now. The yields you get from keeping your cities happy, I mean, if they're discontent, that's -10% on all yields. You don't want that. Remember, fortify the units first and then pillage. By doing that, it means that they keep the fortification afterwards. So if anybody attacks them or they get city attacked, you have a lot more resistance. And yep, faith pillages are now one of the most important pillages you can go for. Reason for that is we've got the Grandmaster's Chapel. Now, I can turn that faith into reinforcements, like bombards. I want as many of these things as I can. Or I can use it to pay for, say, Joan of Arc, who would increase the strength of my line inventory. A lot of fun things to do. People sleep on the effectiveness of faith as a resource. It's very, very handy. Every single unit they've got is just desperately attacking my land inventory, but it doesn't matter because I just got a promotion. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was just ready to take Rockhampton with my units, but they've actually just spawned a line inventory of everything they could have spawned right next to my trebuchet. That's just rude. Oh well, I can give it crew weapons now, which helps, and fire over the top. My units are pretty tough. We can stop them from doing anything too bad. Golden Age. Right, Aztec has also gone golden. They are just matching me age for age at the moment, but that's not a problem. As long as I've got golden ages, I have the ability to put loyalty on my own cities. So that is good. I think monumentality. Now here's the thing. What's my faith going to be used for? What's our plan? I wasn't particularly hooked on the idea of a domination victory. It's just because I've got such a strong science lead that using that science to push out and attack people is a very clever thing to do. You want to use your advantage as long as you've got it. It's a lot of land to go and settle, but if it doesn't have floodplain on it, it's kind of useless to me. Well, not useless, no. I should be careful about being too sweeping, but it's not particularly helpful. I think anything that encourages my economy is going to be better than anything that encourages war. Hicksunk Dracones is very, very good if you're about to go to sea, but I'm not particularly going to sea at the moment. I only have 1 trade route. I don't have a religion. I'm going to go monumentality, kind of because of the fact that all of the other choices, they don't suck. Suck is too hard, but definitely they're not options that cause me too much joy. Lots of pillaging though. I mean, what am I saying really? I'm going for nationalism at the moment to get myself cause. This is a really, really strong strategy when you've got Grandmaster's Chapel, because what you can do is you can have very highly promoted units, for instance, like this line inventory. Oh, I need to name my units. Oh, let's do that in a second. But say you have a line inventory and I pray in a new line inventory, and then I can combine the two, keep the promotions, keep the name, and make it a core. It's such a skill, such a useful ability that you can use, and this is why having so much faith is very, very important. Yeah, they're just throwing troops around left, right, and center. That's okay. We don't mind. It's just tiny little damage going on to me at the moment. Tiny bits of damage. Nothing substantial at all. Bombards. They continue their tune. Pillaging never truly stops, and the cavalry takes the city, which means that I now have Defender of the Faith. So, what you gonna do about that? Nothing. That's what I think, which is the best best city to attack next. I think this 12 population city. Just keep going zigzagging. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good thing about this actually is we've got ourselves 20% production in all cities because, yep, I've got Warlord's Throne. I think I sort of sealed the fate of this run when I made Warlord's Throne. I'm not entirely sure I'm surprised by that. It's just something I do. Amenities provided by regional buildings extend 3 towers further for any civilization that owns at least one of these towers. I'm sorry, where was that? Oh, it's so close. It's just by a Oh, okay. I was going to send this settler over to this tile in order to make sure that I had all of this floodplain, but I have decided to go one step further. Can I just kill the unit like this? Oh yeah, it's always lovely to see a one-hit kill. We mentioned naming some of our units just before. I like to do this just as a thank you to all of the people that support the channel on Patreon and Coffee. You're all wonderful. Tilki, welcome. You are a crossbow. Guard the pass. Stop this courser from making their way. You have it alongside Interplanet Janet. It's quite a nice pass you're controlling, actually. They've got to move through the marshes to get through. You'll be fine, I'm sure. Daleks Frost, the line infantry, to hold the pass against these trebuchets. Yeah, you might get a bit of a headache standing there, but I'm sure you'll heal your way out of it. Over on the other side, just bullying Rockhampton, we have Mixomatosis and Mushkin 24, 2 crossbows, just doing the Lord's work. And the musket desperately trying to make their way down to help is, of course, Gooberman. Make your way down. Thank you so much. More units to come, I'm sure. Assuming I don't kill them all accidentally. You've been warned. Channel supporters have a very, very low lifespan on this channel. Oh, Curtin, stop throwing your hat at me. Everyone's throwing their stuff at me. Just permanent, bad, unhappy faces. Look, I'm just building the Nile. Leave me alone. Here's Mausoleum. I was saving a charge of the Theodore for this being finished. And this is pretty much my only coastal city. Very inland empire. 1 science, 1 faith, 1 culture, but most importantly, all engineers have an extra charge. That's a lot of crabs. There's a lot of crabs outside the Mausoleum. I feel uncomfortable suddenly. Oh no, they're smart, they're faithful, and they're cultured. The worst sort of crabs. Pains me to do this, but I'm taking out natural philosophy briefly to put Gothic architecture in. It's unlikely that I'm going to get this, but I actually have enough chops in the area to try and make a good effort at getting Kilwa. Oh, next turn. And yes, Kilwa, 3 envoys when built, plus I now have a 15% boost across science in my nation. That's really, really handy. I like that. 15% extra science in this city. We're going to have production as well. I think I've got 2 industrial city-states. We'll start collecting them. The more people we knock out of the game as well, the more we're going to get. Yep, we've already got loads. Oh, amazing. So 1, 2 for Mexico City. Going to bring that on board. And 1 more envoy with Bologna. I don't need to convert it, but the university science will stack with the Kilwa science. 286. Wow. This science in this game is absolutely crazy. You say, look, this is exactly what I was talking about. The pass. Hold the pass, Tilki. Hold the pass into Planet Janet. We did it. They can't help themselves. The AI can never help themselves. Push that unit back. Continue to pillage. In comes the cavalry as well. Now I can start bringing the rest of the units forward. What sort of roads are we dealing with here? 0.75. So actually, if I bring Alcid forward, I do have the movement to bring the bombard in and take a shot at the same turn. Okay, this city's going to be tough. We're going to need more bombards. More of them. But I'm sure we can do that. There's always more room. Oh, look at this. 2 campuses recovered and finished next turn. Watch this science number. The science go big. War can only bring us loss. I tell you what, Curtin. War has brought me a lot. I strongly disagree with your statement. Just ask the Aztec. They will confirm. Industrialization boosted. Oh, we got some good tech on the way. How are we doing? We still got the lead? No, Australia has jumped ahead of me slightly. How have you done that? Probably missing a couple of techs. I get jealous. I don't like Australia going ahead of me. It's not on. I disapprove. Oh, cavalry. Depredation. Okay. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the point of fun. Of great, great fun. It means we're about to do some really amusing things. They do, of course, all start with the fact that we're just about to pillage absolutely everything. That's always a good start. If the Niter allows, pray in. Another bombard. Check. The raid card is in. It is. And here we go. Cavalry goes a yoink, steals nationalism, and moves on. And immediately picks up a name. It's Bob Loblaw. Down. Immediately. To this city, where I can go nom again. And there's industrialization. And immediately get both of my core cities to work on things like factories. Beautiful. There are Thorn Barbards now in place. 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start coring them up. The good thing about coring is that they have a little bit more defense when they are attacked by a city, so they won't take as much damage normally. Gothic architecture, you served me very well, but natural philosophy, Deity, you're going back in along with Diplomatic League. And where are you? Singapore. Let's get you to join in as well. Even more city-states. Beautiful. I don't think going steam power is any more relevant than just obviously spamming railroads, which of course is life. But I'm going to go rifling and we're going to go and look for oil. We're just running on the fact that we've got crazy science per turn. And Victor in Brazier. That means I can now promote units that I buy in with Faith, which is a really, really good combo. So actually these two named crossbows, Tilkey into Planet Janet, I'm going to give you upgrades by praying in field cannons behind and then combining you. We'll stack everyone with all the promotions. Every single one. Oh no, I miscalculated and lost one bombard. It wasn't named, but it did have one promotion. Never mind. We'll wait until we get more niter. I'll pray another one in. We don't mind really. We'll live with it. In the meantime, Bob, pillage. Yes. How much coal did I get, by the way? I've got quite a large chunk of land, but not the biggest land I've ever had in a game. So let's have a look. Rockhampton has some. There's some around me. Actually, this is a tile that I could buy easily. And there's some up to the north of Brussels. All right, it's around. Not entirely everywhere, but it's enough around for me to not worry about it so much. Speaking of Rockhampton, Melbourne is a very, very big city, but with the right promotions and units, Rockhampton's going to be a great staging point. I could get 100 Diplo favor and remove some grievances, but I think I'll keep it for the coal. I was actually genuinely considering giving it back, but no, that coal is way too good, and don't give me +4s. You know I can't resist a +4. Aztec are definitely throwing everything they've got at me here. And to an extent, it's working. They are damaging my units substantially, but they haven't pushed me past a point that has actually stopped me attacking. And that's the big problem they're going to have here. I haven't made any cities in a while, and this one is in range of Colosseum. And it's on a river, so yay, it'll be pretty good. Let's get the infrastructure in quickly. World Congress is still boosting city center stuff, so we use as much of that as we can. There's rifling. This bombard has shells, which means it gets a name. Sean Kelly 1. The bells of hell. They will toll. I've also got another line infantry corps. Welcome to the fray, Silver. Man, just nicking that 400 gold for... Thank you. Thank you. I knew you'd understand. My first sort of coaly deposit. It's been sourced. And I said, my new cavalry. I left it between two pike and shots. That was a mistake. Aztec have very strong units. They're really fighting me back. I am absolutely having to fight this war with a ridiculous amount of urgency. Let's take over Bologna. Oh, Torres del Paine. Any city that owns at least one of these towns may build one extra district than the population will normally allow. Nice. Well, that's going to be difficult to utilize. Interplanet Janet is now a marksman. Of course. I should never have doubted. I should never have not believed. And Bob, can you just run in quickly and help take this city? Thank you. Professional sports boosted. Epic. Someone just neutralized Pingala. How very dare you? My spy is offensively being used at the moment. I mean, admittedly, I could build a second spy, but I refuse. If I just refuse to learn any lessons, I can continue to complain about the game. I think that's totally fair. If I put Rajan, I believe this will now help. And Craftsman, because we're building a lot of industrial zones. Actually, speaking of, I could get invention in now. Need more cards. Need more cards in my government before I do that. 342 science now. I'm still building campuses. Found a reformed church in a tribal village. Cool. What was the Pope doing here? No one's sure. Just sightseeing, maybe. I've just realized there's still a bunch of barbarian clans around the world, and these are both offering me muskets that go right to the front line. So yeah, there you go. Two more units have just appeared from nowhere. Ha ha ha. What you gonna do about this? You're stuck now. They work with the Great General as well. Amazing. Curtin loves a leader that's surrounded by an impressive military. I knew it. I knew the Hawk of War wouldn't be able to resist himself. It's always the way. Curtin just cannot resist his true nature. So this is where Aztec will find a little bit of resistance now, because I have stolen their beautiful religion, and this gives me Defender of the Faith. So what I'm going to do is just send them packing. Haha. What you gonna do? Get out of my land. Get out of here. Every single unit they sent was just killed there. Every single one. That's unfortunate. Oh, I would love to pillage with Bob. I need to core you before I send you against any more pike and shot. There you go. Got reinforcements on the way now. Era score time. Give me the city. Zonzilander, it's next to a natural wonder. And now amenities provided by regional buildings extend 3 tiles further. Nice. We've almost got zoos and aquariums, but combined with Mexico City, we're basically going to stretch across the entire map now. Let me put it in context. If I build a water park on this tile, normally the range on an aquarium in a water park is 9 tiles, which looks a little bit like this. It's quite a lot of my empire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. Amazing. If I've got Mexico City, that extends by another 3. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cities. But then we use that wonder to go another 3. And yeah. Oh, sorry, Huzzah. That's unfortunate. You're going to need your own. But even the zoo gets applied. So this is regular zoo, that zoo with Mexico City, and then that zoo with a natural wonder. So we're not going to need many of these complexes. We'll be entertained pretty readily. Watch my science. I've got another university and another campus being finished here. I was on 350. Oh, I love the fact the floods don't do anything to me. 372. Oh yeah. Oh, that's delightful. That's just lovely. 75 defense. Okay. Aztecs are not messing around with their defenses. John Kelly, you're going to need a bigger cannon, but we'll do our best. Let's give this upgrade courses, and then Bob, you now are a court with 3 promotions. City number 16. Look at this tile immediately. Oh, that's good. Time for a little bit of pillage with Bob. Bob says, can I share? And everyone's like, yay! That just shows you what difference it makes. Bob was just assaulted by 2 ranged attacks and a pike and shot, but survived. Bob's too difficult to kill. You're gonna need more than that. That's my first coal power plant, which gives me refining. I am indeed a coal power plant. I am that refined. That's just Ursa Ryan. But how much oil did I get? Am I an oily chicken? No, there's some under a lake. Is that seriously it? Don't get me excited about the possibility of oil and then not give it to me. Right, there's some to the north. There's some over here. There's some over there. All right, we're going to need more settlers. But, I mean, ultimately, there is some. And we've still got monumentality, so we can still go and grab it. Oh, but I can't even settle that one. Okay, well, it's good to build it in my Magna City because I don't lose a population. But, yeah, we're going to need to walk a little bit, aren't we? Down to the front line. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? A behavior in this direction. This might be the easier desert to go and settle. Bob, unkillable, runs to the next destination. Heals entirely. Or did I mention this natural wonder? Dalop, this is really cool. Grants a 3 copy of the Sylvite luxury resource that gives you 6 amenities. I mean, that's a good one to go and settle. This continent is totally abandoned. I mean, there's so much land to go and settle. I really should build more settlers up. Steel, done. As long as I have oil, we'll be fine. Getting oil may be the problem. Let's now unlock flight so that I can get my artillery to just stand at the back and fire over the top. Faith. Faith is the pillage that I need right now, but luckily for me, Bob's found a ton. So let's get this settler a little bit closer to the oil. There's some oil over here as well, so let's go. Make a new settler over here. That's the good thing about having tons of faith. It's flexibility. It's the ability to do whatever you want, as long as it's within very fixed parameters. But apart from that, it's incredibly flexible. James Young. 2 boosts and revealing oil. I mean, it's not the most exciting. I think I'd either take Darwin or Mendeleev, because Mendeleev at least gives me chemistry, which I need. Yeah. Sorry, James. I already know where the oil is. Darwin up next. Yeah, perfect. I can't actually rescue this musket in time, but luckily, Gooberman is here. Reinforcements. Da-da-da-da-da. Gooberman. Yeah. Do you remember I was saying about me not looking after the channel supporters very well? Let's, on a totally unrelated note, it has nothing to do with anything that's just happened. I might need a replacement for Interplanet Janet. Whoops. I'm sure it's, oh dear. I am just not to be trusted. Walls are finally down in this city, though. Oh, the capital has been a tough nut to crack, let me tell you. But luckily for me, Bob doesn't mind. Bob's just running along in the background, thieving everything. Oh, you cheeky scallywag. Natural history. Oh, time to make everyone a little happier. Get the zoo in this city as fast as we can, and the water park in this city. How hard could it be? Oh, and Tilke, you have to fight and get some revenge here. The poor Interplanet Janet. We can't let this sort of thing happen unopposed, you know? We've got to fight back. We've got to stomp this out. Tell you what, it's a different sort of cannon, but here you go. There's a bombard core called Interplanet Janet the Revenge. Now with a bigger chamber. Ha ha ha. What could go wrong? Nothing. Nothing could go wrong. Bob, do you mind just grabbing this city for me? Momentum is key. Thank you so much. Another load of production. Don't forget, we've got to take a city every 5 turns. roughly. It's not really working out like that. But if we can at least pretend to be at that pace, then we can keep the 20% production throughout my empire. Brussels, Hong Kong. This gives 6 extra production to my coal power plants. And we will just continue to work on this stuff. I think this is our next city now, isn't it? It's got Casa. Oh, did I mention I've now got a few more wonders? Pacific Great Library, but Machu Picchu, which will help quite a few of my districts that I've deliberately put next to mountains. Yeah, that's fun. Charles Darwin, big old science boost. What's the biggest wonder I've got? I mean, I've got a wonder that's 2 tiles in my capital. How Long Bay is there? 2 tiles, 2 tiles, 1 tile, 1 tile. Yeah, I don't think we've found or met anything that's more than that, so we'll just take the 1,000 and we'll boost our way immediately through to flight. And now we go for chemistry. Everyone, just take a moment, upgrade, rest, heal. We go again very soon. Very, very soon. Oh, Australia. I was just about to go and get that. They saw the oil and they were like, yoink. It's Brisbane as well. Oh, it's one of their major cities. Damn. Cheeky. Luckily for me, I have other sources of oil I'm going for, but can't believe that, Australia. What are you doing? Oh, I just lost 2 scientific city-states in a turn. Whoa, Fez, Bologna both ran away. That massively cut my science. Probably lost about 80. I don't like that. I want them back. Give me back my city-states. Oh, well, Bob, take your revenge by taking everything they have. Oh, look at these. This is, that's not even your city. That's an Australian city. Not that I really mind about that. Australia are limited to 5 cities. So is Scythia. Indonesia's on 7, Byzantium's on 7. The AI really hasn't spread this game. My 17 cities looks quite good. Here's an observation balloon, by the way. Now I can fire from the comfort of my own home. You know what? The AI in this game is being way more interesting than in games I've had recently. Australia and Byzantium declaring a joint war against me. Interesting. All right, well, Australia is actually next on the way round from Aztec, so if I just keep conquering round, I might leave Aztec with a city or 2. We can just go from there. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!